Hey everyone, you found what to play next, reviewing everything that is awesome in gaming. This is The Witcher Wild Hunt. We are about to go through a graphical upgrade. I'm doing a before and after. So we are going to go ahead and start playing prior to that going through. This is the original opening. I imagine it'll be redone, so we will replay this when we do the next installment. I want to do at least two. See before and after.
Has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic. Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth.
Look at this face. You can see we did.
The monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of humanity, long extinguished within them. Yes, their numbers have dwindled through the years, but a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very existence. The North bleeds, flogged by war. The battles are the gods' whip, chastisement for our sins. And let us not forget the terrors, the scourges from beyond our world. The wild hunt rides the sky with every full moon. The dark raiders abduct our children into lands unknown. Some say they herald a second conjunction. Can we chart a course back into the light? Will we find the strength to banish the mages from our kingdoms? Unite around the warmth of the eternal fire. Nigh is the time of the sword and axe. None will fight this war in our stead. Nigh is the time of madness and disdain.
It sure is, homie. If you're not familiar with us, we're What to Play Next. I find everything that's awesome in gaming. I actually found everything from Bethesda Softworks to we were working. My dad was friends with Mr. Feast. Worked all the way through gaming. Ever since the start of it, I was just a wee little bairn. I'm going to do just the story. What it does is it shortens your combat and makes it a little bit easier, just so that we can, go ahead and just blitz our way through the beginning and get some really good content, and then go and see the graphical upgrade and see, what that brings to the party. So, let's get some more light up in this movie. In this his house. I don't like it when I'm brighter than the scene. No! This is so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's looking for her. Is he running towards the battle? Like, what is going on? This follows the Netflix series a lot closer and the original few books. The books were not written in order, just as House of the Dragon was not technically written for the rest of them, etc. Oh, it's Yennefer. So if you were a fan of the series, that's Witcher Wild Hunt. Assassins of Kings and The Witcher itself was prior, tells a lot more of Geralt's backstory. So I imagine they're going to get into that flash forwards with Blood Origin, but I might be incorrect. As they're introducing different houses, so they'll bring up how the Castle Kaer Morduin was originally founded, etc. The sorceresses are incredible. They're advisors to kings, so they're very powerful and learned politas, but their magic was just that sort of epic, none of this chain lightning or just fireball even. They would just lay waste in battle. So they're very, very prized. Kind of a Patricia Briggs sort of magic. Really just went for it. If you're familiar with, the American fantasy scene rather than the Polish one. Slavic is, it's big. You find a lot of platinum hairs in it. You run into... you hit the edge at finish and it kind of flips over to Ukrainian style. Some Romanian. Kind of just give you the outer boundaries of what's Slavic, and then as you go further north, you get to Anglo-Saxon and Norse. Germanic being the middle ground, so they kind of nom all of them. Baba Yaga is one of my favorites for that. And then as you continue through Russia, actually, Russia's Proto-Slavic through the western part, and then it starts to get a little more Asian. We are going to hit some adult contact, so IMFs. There's no full-on nudity. There's nothing that wouldn't be allowed, for instance, on Facebook. But Geralt tends to enter these in love. Or not. Going into the Matrix, son? What is this? This is the iconic bath moment. We had this. He used to have chamomile rubbed on his lovely bottom.
I don't find that amusing.
Geralt loves two women. One is a redhead named Triss, the other is a brunette named Yennefer.
News, but to prod you to hurry, it's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
Triss is kind of a drama queen. She gets rejected a lot. Yennefer is standoffish. It never really becomes a triangle.
So, later then.
See you later.
They're very free. They're free to not marry. It's discouraged actively, like the Jedi. They're mutants, and so are the sorceresses. It's not particularly surprising that they would defend each other. There's resentment from people who can't climb that way. They don't have the education, they don't want it. It requires an incredible amount of education, even if it's just in bestiaries. For the Witchers. I don't love that they used a pentacle, or excuse me, a pentagram. A pentacle is a very peaceful symbol, so I don't know that it would have been alright to substitute that either. That is a symbol of Satan. So it has a direct correlation with Christianity in that it's opposition. But the Battle of the Angels is nothing to mess with. That's some seriously negative stuff. Welcome to the tutorial! Etc, etc. Use your Witcher sense to find the key to the bedroom door. Okay, so left trigger. Sense the key. Character entry added Yennefer of Vengerberg. Let me see here. So we have world map, quests. Use your Witcher sense to find the key. What's this? Meditate until 1 p.m. That's what I intended. Wasn't what I intended. Left button. Back out of this. Glossary. Bestiary. Like I said, lots of options as far as they keep a history for you. We have Dandelion. I wager anyone that you, dear reader, are a person of culture and taste, therefore already familiar with me, Dandelion, the role I'm playing in the following tale. Nevertheless, allow me to sketch a few lines by the way of self-portrait, for sake of thoroughness. You have spent much time, so you get a boilerplate statement on each of them. If you're familiar with corporate, you know what this is. And it cannot fathom friendship from Geralt or Rivia and I, Dandelion, have shared all these years. We first began, oh, okay, so we actually have a narrator for this. Breaking bread together, spite of a tongue said he'd be better off cutting my throat and dumping my body in a hollow tree, for I provoked someone else into doing the same to us both. This individual spoke out of pure jealousy. Geralt was my dearest friend. The Witcher first met the raven-haired sorceress a good 20 years back. Their friendship and the feelings between them were born of a common adventure involving a genie and a wish granted by Geralt that intertwines their fates inextricably. In that time since then, their relationship had, however, been quite stormy, rich in ups and downs, crises, and breakups. Geralt and Yennefer's love provides irrefutable proof the thesis that opposites attract. Alright, well, let's solve this unsolvable crime. Running out of juice.
I know.
It's a mini map
now. Bring
now.
me some more once you're done training.
For highlighted objects. Gotta highlight here. What does this do? Obviously I have some good magic going on there. Unlock enough doors walk up to them, as stated. Alright, let's rock and roll here. Let me interact with anything else? Not really. Absolutely beautiful graphics to begin with. I was shocked.
Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
When they said that they were going to do a graphic update. Oh, there she is. I didn't mean to do that. Link in the description below. Is my most recent save going to drop me at the beginning or further ahead? Can use Quen to get rid of critical effects such as speeding and bleeding. A certain degree of control over your speed and direction while sliding. So they see me loading, they hate it. Patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding dirty. Erd sign. Alright. It does in fact drop me back to my most recent save. Which is this one.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
That is not the exit. You idiot! I always expect it to baby me. It does not. It does not baby me through this. Can we, like, book it down the stairs? Alright, pretty straightforward. Let's go down and meet the queen herself. So Ciri is a lost princess. Interesting trope. They took her to a castle with old men
somewhere, of course,
to hide the fact that she existed. Her mother was Queen of Sintra, the Lion Queen of Sintra, and her kingdom was overrun by Nilfgaard. So it drops you a little bit ahead of that part of the series. Spoiler alert. I love my belated spoiler alerts.
Guess she prefers practice to theory.
She and Geralt have an interesting relationship. He trains her as a witcher.
Master.
To keep her safe.
So boring they put you to sleep too.
Damn it.
Better taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls. Wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do some practicing, it looks like.
Don't get mad at her.
Why the hell not? The whippersnapper refuses to do as she's told.
You like that about her.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now.
They can't spoil her. Too many people want to kill her.
To be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
But being a witcher is dangerous to begin with. She can be a mercenary, basically. Little thing.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike.
It's interesting. I don't think they have her doing acrobatics originally. Not that I'm obsessed with source material. I'm not. I understand that a franchise...
Circus pirouette.
Yeah, see, he yells at her for it. A franchise is supposed to have flexibility, but be consistent within that. I don't like the MCU for that reason, or any multiverse, because it encourages inconsistency interior to a storyline.
With a flip?
A storyline has to have consistency. Yeah, and she flips again.
Right.
Don't have them doing that.
Take off the blindfold.
It's a ballet style.
You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations?
In Slavic, that would be your north and
I fear
south.
Vesemir more than any
You
strigger.
can flip that over.
Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on, we'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Not this time. Believe me, you don't want to keep Vesemir waiting.
Geralt's an interesting character. Witchers are said to be emotionless. They do that well in the games. He doesn't love these women. He doesn't love Ciri. He's responsible for them. And that's so different. It's visceral. Americans are set up that way. I assume that Europe is the same. Everything I've run into says yes.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zeracania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Well, you're a quick study.
Goodness.
Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Let's skip straight to free training. No point going over the basics again.
They have a ballet style. It's not like water dancing, which moves you around the opponent. Ballet will move you high and low, but it does it always from the top. Like you're balancing a ball in between yourself and your company, or on top of yourself. A little bit like using a chandelier as a centerpiece instead of several centerpieces on a banquet table.
Ciri, get down here.
It's interesting for sword fighting.
As soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Ciri? I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the?
Whoa. I don't recall the Wild Hunt having a boat. It might in Slavic? Or Norse? Obviously some of that would have mixed together, especially in America. Oh, no, this is Polish, so... I always forget, Szapowski is a Polish author. It was actually translated out of Polish, and ironically, since I speak Polish, I was a little bit upset by the translation because I could see where they left storyline out. Subtext was lost because it was sexual, for instance. The way they tell stories with two women, but one woman carries a message and the other one does not. And when Triss runs into a white rose, for instance, she knows that she doesn't have the message.
Right.
One of those stories. And they don't put that in there. It's like extraneous.
About?
It's under like a hoe.
Take forever to explain.
These people had a place in society, and that wouldn't have been the message.
We've got time.
She just wouldn't have had the message. She was a decoy.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me...
Triss?
Back to
Yennefer.
after the battle then.
Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seems so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed.
Yeah, like these men, they care about each other, but it's not love. They don't have that, you know?
In the dream, I went and found Ciri.
They're tribal.
And we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
It looks like they all carry a monster blade as well as a
Show me the
regular
letter
one.
from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. How about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 to 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I smell it. Ghouls.
Alright, life on the continent and Skellig Isles is nasty, brutish, and short. War lays waste to the land. Those it spares live in fear of countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating you should fight them with your silver sword. So I draw my silver sword. Oh, true senses. Alright, a lot of spinning for momentum, not particularly shocking. Poles are fond of a warhammer, for instance, so they use momentum frequently. Old swords did not necessarily have an edge. Come on, Vesemir. I can close faster with my short attack.
Armies pass, necrophages follow.
Generate
Let's
by
go
eating or
before any
drinking.
more show up.
Playing Blood and Broken Bones and Death March. Meditation does not work. Okay, so there's DLC. I didn't exactly grab it. Let's go. Walk up to your horse and press A to mount it. Interesting. Horses and mounting. Continue. I can craft. I can call my horse. Best place. Sprint, silver sword. Sprint. Best attack. Alright. Witchers spend most of the time on the road in search of their next contract. Trek across valleys, climb over high mountain peaks and bogs. Geralt can always count on his horse Roach to help him in his travels.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
So, we're to the point where they're going to remove the mist. I actually really did like that. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here, and then tap back in after the graphic upgrade.
Our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean?
Yeah.
Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. That's what keeps us going.
See if I can outrun Vesemir here. It's gonna stay in front of me, huh? My horse has a wide wheel well. I'll link in the description below if you do want to play along. It's on big time Steam sale.
Faster.
Try and get it up there while it still is. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer Coffee shipped to your door. You can put your logo on merch or support the Pirate Queen.
We going?
Our social media links. Liking, subscribing, commenting, that's always free, so definitely hit that. And then 7 days a week you get a little thumbnail showing you, something that helped develop gaming. A lot of the times it's an indie, sometimes it's a blockbuster. The 7th day we try to always do a blockbuster just so that we do have some storyline here. Like this. Down there, KOFY. Buy this cheaper coffee, $1, make me smile. Oh my god. Ooh! So this is a mile a minute. We love it. Let us know if you want more. I will obviously do the follow-up just to see the difference since it's all over the internet. But it's an incredible storyline. I watched the entire first season of Witcher pretty much back to back to back because it so closely followed parts of the books and then, this. I'd been introduced to the original Witcher as a child.
Yeah.
My dad loved it.
Come out.
They had to have a patch installed, so I got frustrated with it. And it was a little skippy for a woman,
Gods, that was close.
but men
I was
adored
sure I'd
it.
end up like my mare.
This had a lot more
Provided you
story.
got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
You'd like a reward, I suppose.
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without
I
pay.
actually didn't mean to hit the other button if it helps any.
Of rotting straw.
I wanted money.
Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there. Muddled.
You seek someone?
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
So smash the subscribe button. We love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride. We'll see you next
Sole one
video.
around gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there. Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Beast
Got him
barely
one.
grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.